Hey friends, today I am going to introduce you to an app here in your Quaver student account called Backbeat Lite. So it's one of the most fun creatives that Quaver has for us in our accounts, and we can do a lot of neat things with it once we just kind of get started. So as we look at the screen here, when you first open the app, you'll see, well, what takes my attention first are the four drums over here. We've got our kick drum, a snare, what's called a floor tom, and a hi-hat. And then next to each drum, we have kind of what looks like a ruler. And the ruler is divided up into rectangles, and the rectangles kind of look like, I don't know, maybe an inch on a ruler, but the rectangle actually represents a beat of music. And then here, where you see the darker, thicker black lines, that and the number two above, that means it's going to be a new measure of music. So in this music that we're creating, we have one, two, three, four beats per measure. And then within each little rectangle of beat, we actually have what look like a quarter or a half inch or three quarters of an inch. We have what's called, subdivisions of beats, and those subdivisions can equal eighth notes or TTs or, maybe 16th notes if you've ever heard of those. And so that's what those little lines are going to help us create when we're ready to do that. But first, to get started, let's just get started with the kick drum, because every good band needs a kick drum or a bass drum. And all I have to do to put a sound in is click. So if I click here, there we go. I've got a sound right on beat one. And I'm just going to create a real simple pattern. And now I want to hear my pattern that I created on the kick drum. Hopefully you can hear that. There we go. Okay, and you'll see that the app just will repeat the pattern over and over until I press the stop button. So what would happen if I just, I don't know, I'm going to clear. And yes, I'm sure. And I go back over here, and let's just say I just kind of, I don't know. I don't really know what to do. I don't know a whole lot about music, so I'm just going to kind of, maybe I want to color in a lot of the just random stuff. Do you think that'll sound like music? I don't know. Let's see. Well, for not knowing what I'm doing, it sounded pretty cool, but I didn't really think about what I was doing too much. So, yes, I'm sure. I'm going to go back and I'm going to try more like what I was doing the first time. I was putting some sound at the beginning of each beat, and then maybe I could fill in, some sounds with my other colors in another pattern. Let's see what that sounds like. Oh. So, by creating patterns, my music is a little more organized. And that's how you create, an actual drum beat. You organize it. So that's your introduction to Backbeat Lite. I hope you enjoy playing around with this and creating your own patterns.